game. I think he said he got up to Diamond 2,
Yeah,
Diamond 2,
Diamond
Diamond
2.
1 or something. So,
Yeah, and how do you pronounce As Aspidistra? Is that it?
Aspidistra, I believe.
Aspidistra? That's a mouthful. Can we just call him Aspid instead?
Aspid, there
That
we
sounds
go.
kind of rude, actually. I don't know about that one. Anyway, in the top right of New Repugnancy, we have our Zerg player, Aspidistra. Aspidistra.
Pedistra, there we
There
go,
it
yeah.
is.
We can work with that one.
Aspidistra. Okay. And in the bottom right, bottom left, we have our disgusting, dirty Protoss player, BYoneFive. And you know, BY stands for Ban Yoshi.
Oh, I
Apparently,
didn't know that. Okay.
that's apparently that's the origin of his name.
Well, then I guess his opponent is symbolically Yoshi here that he's about to
Not just-
ban from the
I
map.
guess so. Banned from the match. Let's see. I think.
There it is, the early probes going out.
Yep, and I believe Aspidistra knows that this is coming. At least I hope so.
Okay.
Maybe not though, because he's going
already
for
trying
a
to
hatch
expand.
first. Oh dear, but he does send the Overlord down there to check for any
Scout.
cannons, and there is the pylon, and he does see it. So let's see what Aspidistra's reaction is going to be. There's no pull down yet.
He's pulling a few workers off to harass that probe.
What he has to do is make sure he's not able to put the cannons down. He has to patrol workers where he wants to put the cannons, so you can't get a full wall off. Because I think, oh yeah, he's gonna lock himself in right here.
Oh,
Yep.
that must be something unique to the map. Okay.
Yep, yeah, and that's the thing about cannon rushing. You have to be basically a geography major, or a geometry major to really understand how to
Where
like
to plan your you're
Yeah.
gonna put them.
and how to wall your cannon in just like this, so that the drones can't get a surround on it and kill it. So now this cannon is gonna finish, and all of these drones are gonna die if they're not pulled away immediately.
Oh, nope, he's trying to commit to it.
Oh, that's a lot of drones going down immediately.
It wouldn't be an issue if it were only one pylon that he was trying to tackle. but
Right.
two of them, that's too much.
And the gateway is coming down. I assume he's going to go into the stalker play.
And he didn't cancel that hatchery, so
Nope.
that might go down soon too.
And that's not always a bad thing, because you get creep down here and you have a couple extra larvae that you can use, but a lot of times, as a Zerg, you want to get your second gas geyser in the main base, and you want to go immediately for Ravagers, because Ravagers can use the corrosive bile to shoot down cannons, and that's exactly what you need. But
And I believe they
pulling-
slightly outrange cannons by like 1 unit or something.
the auto attack does not, but
The corrosive
the
bile.
corrosive bile
Yes.
absolutely outranges, yeah. Oh, I don't like this right now, though. Aspidistra losing a lot of drones right now, down to 13. BYoneFive actually has the worker advantage right now, which is a really strange thing to see when a player is cannon rushing. So I don't know about Aspidistra's chances here. Going for a spine crawler, it's not a bad play, but that's only good if you're able to clear out everything from the high ground, so that the cannons down here don't have high ground vision,
Right.
and you can just kill everything with queens and spines from the high
vision,
ground.
right,
Yeah.
like-
But since there's two cannons coming up, I don't think one spine is going to be able to stop both of them. Two spines, maybe. This is similar to a response that Scarlet used a couple of times against this, but it was generally speedlings with a lot of queens and spines to be able to kind of muscle your way through. So let's see if this works out. The spine is poking, and does take out a cannon.
But now the gateway's coming out with units, so then he's going to have some...
Yeah, and I believe he's going to start putting down shield batteries so that the stalker can
Yep.
poke in and totally regen all of its shields whenever it wants. And the two spines here, though, actually could probably win against just one stalker and one photon cannon. Is this cannon powered by this pylon, or I
That's
don't
a
think
tough
so.
one. Yeah,
So it has to
the
be
bottom
this one.
the bottom pylons never power upper.
They can,
buildings.
I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
They cannot. You're right.
Yeah, but if he takes out these two pylons, that will unpower this cannon. I don't know.
This is tough for
This
their
is
player.
really tough. I mean, the Roach Warren's finishing now, but he doesn't have that much income or much larva to be able to take advantage of that. Two roaches on the way is not going to be able to do much against these cannons and these stalkers. And the Robo's done, so I
he's
assume...
getting Immortals.
Yep, he's going to make Immortals. He's going to make 2 Immortals and a Warp Prism.
So you can micro.
So you can just pick up all day, every day, and not have to worry about it.
Very good technique to do against Zerg, since they can't get air immediately.
And if you contain them on one base, they're not going to be able to really make anything that can kill the Immortals. So that's basically the theory behind this. And this works all the way up to the top levels of StarCraft. There's a Taiwanese Protoss player named Haas who made it to BlizzCon last year, and he is notorious for doing strategies like these against professional players and winning. So
yeah, and I believe another one is Printf.
Printf is also very good.
He's a Grandmaster.
Yeah, he's top 50 Grandmaster. Very, very good player. Just not quite to the top pro level just yet. But here comes the Immortal. The Roaches and Ravagers are going to try to fight, but that Immortal is just so powerful with all of these shield batteries backing it up.
Not to mention the hardened shell that takes damage prior to the shield drain.
Yeah, I think Aspidistra's dead here. I don't think there's a lot he can do. He's down to like 6 workers or something, and that'll do it for game 1. BYoneFive with the dirty strats.
But hey, it worked.
It absolutely
and there
works.
are no rules in StarCraft.
He's pushing his way through this tournament.
Here it is. We have a GG.
And if he wins this next game, I'm going to be the one to be facing this this cheese. And for those of you wondering, what is the correct response? What should the Zerg be doing? There's a couple things you can do. First of all, let me look at what map we're doing. Port Alexander. One thing you could do is try to immediately drop the Roach Warren and the second gas in your main base so that you can get Ravagers out as quickly as possible and get the most value out of their biles. You can also make a lair as quickly as possible.
I think arguably it would make sense not to go with the hatch first if you can scout a cannon rush is coming. If you see 1 or 2 early probes coming out. Yeah,
theoretically, you also don't necessarily need the pool super quick because you're not using Lings to defend it. But it is nice if you have a quicker pool so you can throw down a Roach Warren faster.
And also get your queens out.
Yep, and get queens out faster. Yep. And so another thing you could do is go for layer tech, and what you could do off of layer tech is either one base swarm host, or you can go for a Nidus network. I know Nidus has been really popular against this recently, because you can both attack the Protoss or escape and go to a different base on the map.
Right.
So, let's see if Aspidistra can figure out how to beat the cheese. He is our player in the top left.
And I believe I heard that our Protoss player is exclusively cannon rushing, so I think we'll see another one here soon.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything else. I don't think he's been working on his macro, or his 2-base all-ins, or his late game, or his air toss.
The standard StarCraft game.
No, I don't think he's doing that at all. I think he's going for these cannon rushes exclusively.
And
so let's
with
see.
a 1 win out of the way, he certainly has at least a little bit of a buffer.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
if
something goes wrong, he's not able to get his cannons in the right space. He always has another game to try it. And I believe Aspidistra went for like a 13-12, which is generally a build against Zerg where you get speedlings as quickly as possible. But he's doing this as an attempt to get Zerglings out before the cannons go down, which could be an effective strategy. We'll just have to see, because the pool is finishing now, and the first pylon is just going down.
And he's sending a plethora of workers here to take care of this probe.
And then there's the second pylon. He cannot... Oh, he's trying to wall himself in. Oh, it was so close. He's trying to wall himself in so that he can make the cannon there.
Almost had a wall in.
It was really close. And yeah, see, you actually can power from the high ground and from the low ground pylons, which is a really cool thing.
And it's smart, our Protoss player has a second probe already out, anticipating the first.
And it was really smart to just cancel those and go straight to the low ground and wall himself in with these cannons, or these pylons and cannons. So the rush will go on, despite having Lings out, the Zerg player having Lings out, and the cannon will finish and can kill all of these Zerglings. The Spinecrawler going down, that's not a bad call. Again, if he's able to keep the cannons off of this high ground, he'll be able to deny high ground vision and just push forward.
Right. I think it comes down to if he can just get these Zerglings out to take care of that high ground pylon. Oh, and we have a cancel.
Yeah, so that spine, if it moves, it's going to be able to hit this low ground without the cannons being able to shoot back.
Yep.
Yep.
This is already a much better game for Aspidistra here.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh,
he
he
actually cancels
cancels.
it, which I'm interested. Is he going to go? He has to go for some sort of either other tech. You always have to have a very clear and concise plan, and there it is, the Roach Horn.
Ah, Ravengers.
If
I
you're
think we
not
can expect to see some of that soon.
right, and if you're not decisive against this, it's just going to kill you because it hits so quickly and it's such a precise build order.
And it'll snowball very quickly, especially
Absolutely.
because you're, for Zerg, you're not able to expand quickly like you need to.
And this is really smart by BYoneFive, sending the Zealot up to the high ground to get the high ground vision and to be able to keep building over here. Oh, the Zealot pushes too far forward and gets surrounded though. Yeah, that's not
Might have to
ideal.
cancel.
Oh no, the queen! No, the queen can back up and
Yes,
hit this pylon from range.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, more cannons going down, and the first stalker begins. I think that stalker was a little late. I believe the cyber core was done for quite a bit of time before the stalker began, so that just might have been a little bit of a mistake. 3 roaches on the way. I assume he will turn those into Ravagers as quickly as possible.
Now expect One to immediately switch into Immortals to deal with those Ravengers.
Yeah, I don't see a Robo yet, but he should be coming down any second here. And here come the Roaches. The Roaches cannot outrange unless they're positioned properly. And that Stalker can be healed from the low ground, which is really nice. Oh, if he sniped that probe, that would actually be really big. I don't see any other... Oh, there's
a
another
backup.
probe. Just
And
kidding.
There's a Robo facility there
Yep.
going down too.
There's the Robo. And I don't know. I think Aspidistra is taking just a little too long to try to break out of here. The clock is ticking, as they say. As soon as the Immortals are out, that's when it really starts getting scary. This pylon's really low. That's going to go down.
Yep, we got that going down. So
Oh,
now
and
at least we
once-
can force the Stalkers down.
Oh, look how low those Stalkers are. So low. This Overlord's going to go down, but it's done some good spotting. He knows that the Immortals are coming. And starts a macro hash. Probably not an incredible investment just because he's low on money and workers right now. So the macro hatch is a little bit questionable. Stalkers are going to be pushed back, but they're trying to get high ground vision. I'd like to see the Ravagers come over here and just start dropping some biles on here.
That's right. Yeah, at least make use of
yeah,
their
there it
cooldown.
is. But as soon as these Stalkers get high ground, they're going to shoot the Ravagers, yeah. Which is pretty funny. 2 more Ravagers on the way. This is a much closer match than we had last game.
Oh, absolutely. I think that first one just need to get out of the way for our Zerg player to anticipate the cannon rush.
Yep, I believe so. And if those Lings get us around on the Stalkers and hold them when they're not in range of the shield batteries, that's ideal because they'll be able to kill them. Burning a lot of the shield battery energy there, which is nice. The Immortal is out though, and that's really scary. A lot of Lings here, but you don't want to push down that ramp into all those cannons and all those shield
Absolutely.
batteries. Oh, the Hardened Shield is activated. And the Warp Prism is on the way.
Oh,
And
almost had some bios down.
yep, and with the Warp Prism, he theoretically has almost infinite micro potential. But it also is very easy to mess up if you fly the Warp Prism into
Too
vials.
close, absolutely.
If you lose that Warp Prism or if you drop the Immortal too soon, you know, it's very easy to make mistakes. But we'll see if BY has been working on his Warp Prism micro.
Oh, and he's also microing the
pickups.
Stalkers too.
Yeah, microing the Stalkers, but both Stalkers die, unfortunately. But he does save the Immortal. It takes a little bit of damage on the hull, but there's a second Immortal coming out soon, and that's when it gets even scarier because the Immortals do a lot of damage. Picking away at
With
these
those shield
cannons.
batteries too can always help.
Yep. Oh, 1 Immortal. Oh, nope, the Immortal's fine. The Warp Prism has to be here to be able to help these Immortals out. Yep, the 2 pickups. And
Drop offs there.
yeah, I honestly don't know how this is going to go. Oh, the Immortals come up to the high ground to focus down the Ravagers. Those are really expensive.
It's
And
smart to
drops
use
back
the
down.
ledge because he can simultaneously attack the Ravengers and get high vision for the cannons.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to be doing as much damage as possible. You don't want to be idle for too long with the Immortals Oh, look out. Oh,
That was close.
if the Warp Prism gets biled down with the Immortals in
That
it, it's
could-
game over.
That could turn the tide. Absolutely.
Absolutely game over. Immortal taking some damage. There's a lot of roaches here. There's not as many cannons and batteries left. I would like to see more being thrown down.
Third Immortal. Oh, he's going to micro multiple.
Oh, 3 Immortals.
Wow.
That's beautiful, honestly. Wow.
Wow.
Really nice micro coming out from PY.
This is
Impressive.
literally juggling. You have 2
Yep.
hands, right?
Yeah.
And you have 3 Immortals.
Yep. Oh, this is gross. Look how much damage Immortals do to roaches. It's disgusting. I think they 3-shot them.
Nope. And we have the all in. The workers are going to town, and I think
Yeah,
we'll see a.
I think this is going to be it.
This is going to be it here.
I don't think he's going to be able to break through. The cheese may perhaps prevail again.
Like I said, he's been exclusively working on the cheese, so.
Oh, 1 Immortal does go down. That's a pretty big deal, but there's still 3 left to replace it. And there's only a couple queens and a couple of roaches coming out now. There's no money. There's no supply here for Aspidistra.
There it is. We have the G, 2G.
No, he didn't lose. He had to go. He said gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
It was only inevitable that the Zerg player
Yeah.
would take that.
He didn't lose. He just had to leave.
He ran out of time.
Impressive games from our Protoss player.
I-
Winning once again.
I was very impressed by the juggling of 3
Yeah.